Hello friends and welcome to another tutorial on Geeks for Geeks. In this video, we are going to understand the program which uses Morris traversal for pre-order traversal. Now, let us have a look at the algorithm which uses Morris traversal for pre-order. Let us also have a sample tree to test our algorithm. We pass the root node to function Morris traversal pre-order. Hence, root will point to 1. Now, we enter the while loop as root is not null. We check if root's left child is null. As it is not, we go to the else part and now find the in-order predecessor. We have another node current which will point to the left child of root. Hence, current will point to 2. Now, we check if current's right is not null and if current's right is not equal to root. As it is true, we update current to current's right. Hence, current will now point to 5, which is the right child of 2. Since 5's right child is null, we exit the inner while loop and now we check if the right child of 5 is equal to root. As it is false, we print 1 and set current's right to root. Next, we set root to root's left. Hence, root will point to 2. We continue with the while loop as root is not null. Now, we check if the left child of root is null. As it is false, we go to the else part and now current will point to 2's left, which is 4. Next, we check if current's right is not null. As it is false, we check if current's right is equal to root. Since it is false again, we print root, which is 2. Now, we set current's right to root. Hence, current's right will point to 2. Next, we set root to root's left. Hence, root will point to 4. We continue with the while loop as root is not null. Now, as the left child of root is null, we print root. Hence, 4 is printed. Next, we set root to root's right. Now, we had set 4's right to 2. So, root will now point to 2. Since root is not null, we continue with the while loop. Now, we go to the else part and set current to root's left. So, current will point to 4. Since 4's right is not null but 4's right is equal to root, hence we don't enter the inner while loop. Next, we check if current's right is equal to root. As it is true, we set current's right to null. So, 4's right will point to null. Now, we update root to root's right. Hence, root will point to 5. We continue with the while loop as root is not null. Now, root's left child is null, so we print root. Hence, 5 is printed. We set root to root's right. We had set 5's right as 1. Hence, root will point to 1. We continue with the while loop. Since 1's left is not null, we go to the else part. Now, current will point to 1's left, which is 2. Since current's right is not null and current's right is not equal to root, we set current to current's right. Hence, current will now point to 5. We check if 5's right is equal to root. As it is true, we set current's right as null and make root point to root's right. We continue with the while loop. Now, since 3's left is null, we print root. Hence 3 is printed. We set root to roots right. So root will point to null. Since root is null, we exit the while loop and we have the final pre-ordered traversal for this tree. With this, we come to an end of this tutorial. For any doubts or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.